Rock and Stone miners, welcome to this elite deep dive.
Get ready to rumble!
Alright, so as we can see, we already have the location of that, the turret controller. We're not gonna head out there right now because there seems to be some enemies.
You're in for a rough ride, miners. Hope you know what you signed up for. Complete your first 2 objectives and you'll be all set for the next stage.
Oh wow, there is a spitballer. We're just gonna get rid of that. Alright, and the menace also, of course. By the way, my loadout is in the video description. You can check out my weapons loadout in the video description. I'm happy to be doing commentary for this walkthrough of this elite deep dive. In the middle, my mic was not really working that properly, but my mic is back, so the commentary is back. Really happy to be with you all again. Alright, so we can still hear some bugs. I think the noise is coming from downstairs. Okay, here we go. There's a patrol bot coming up.
Off to the junkyard with you!
Alright. Oh no, please don't go. If this patrol bot had stayed up, we would have been able to hack it easily, but I think I'm just gonna like leave it right now. Yeah, I'm finally gonna just start mining the nitra. I would have ideally told Bosco to mine the nitra which is above us right now, but we're not gonna do that because the nitra may, when Bosco mines it, the nitra may fall down, and we really don't want that because we need all the nitra at hand we can right now. You know, it's time to get to 80 nitra as fast as possible. That's cool. Alright, we can just leave that. Alright, so yeah, just gonna mine the nitra right now. So my main priority right now when we go down after mining this nitra is going to be to disable that turret controller. You know, that's easier said than done because I'm pretty sure the turret controller is just surrounded by a lot of enemies right now. The good news is that we have already found 80 nitra. That's really good. And wait, I think I hear some enemies coming. Man, these noises really make me nervous because it usually means that there are enemies, yes, nearby. And yep, that did sound like a lot of enemies. It sounded like a lot more than what just came up, but alright, you know, I'm happy with the fact that there were not a lot of enemies. Alright, so another thing to note over here is that this is an egg collection mission, which kind of makes me happy. I always like egg missions because with egg missions you decide when the swarms are attacking you. You know, with egg missions you can control the flow of swarms, which means you can take as much time as you want to withdraw the eggs so that you're ready for a swarm when it comes up. Alright, so it's time for some combat. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this guy out with the shard diffractor.
What's that smell? Alright.
Yeah, should I just charge ahead? There is a lot of matter. Wait a minute, let me just take a look at the map. Yeah, you know what? I think we're just gonna charge now a bit.
I made a platform.
I hope there are no sniper turrets around. I'm just gonna deploy a sentry over here because I already see 2 spitballers. We're just gonna get rid of the spitballers first.
One down.
And there's the other one. Alright, so spitballers are dealt with. That's really good. Alright, you know what? Okay, wait a minute. There is a Nayaka trawler coming towards us. Whoa, we got lucky there. We could have been hit bad by that tri-jaw, you know. As you can see, I'm progressing very carefully right now because we are heading out into an unknown territory. We don't really know how many enemies are there in front of us. So while we are charging right now, if there is anything, if it goes down south, we are going to retreat, or if the number of bugs increases, we are also going to retreat. Whoop, there we go.
Reloading!
If the number of bugs increases, it's always a good idea to retreat. To retreat to a place where you know the terrain, where you know that the terrain is flat, and where you know that
Never felt better.
where it's basically known territory. You know, where there's nothing left unknown.
Turret destroyed.
Wow, this is just a lot of turrets. So
Do this, scrap people.
we're gonna have to take out a lot of these turrets even before we get to the turret controller, you know. Oh, I almost hit the egg there. Okay, there's one guy above. Wow, this is... I think this will just take time. This is honestly not that complicated. It will just take some time to get clear of this whole shebang, you know.
That's what you
All right.
territorial.
Yes, I think... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. I have to disable this also.
No ammo left. First turret destroyed.
I really want to hack this now. Come on.
Easy does it.
Alright, almost there. Oh, that took more time than it should have. But alright,
Ain't gonna give us more trouble for now.
that's huge relief, because now at least the turrets are taken care of, you know. I'm also kind of surprised to find out that there were no sniper turrets targeting us, because usually with a setup like that there are sniper turrets, you know. Yeah, I think we should call for a resup. I think this is a pretty good and safe area for a resupply.
Hang in there. Supplies are on the way.
So yep.
One platform ready to use.
And I think now, after some more nitra collection, I'm just gonna go straight for the Dreadnought fight. As you can see, we've not even withdrawn one egg till now, because withdrawing egg spawns enemies, and we want to be able to control the spawning of enemies,
But
you
not
know.
as bad as usual.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell Bosco to mine this. Let's see how much nitra that is. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell Bosco to mine that and collect some ammo. Yep.
Grabbing ammo.
For viewers who are new to my walkthroughs of Elite Deep Dives, I'd like to tell them that my favorite weapon is the Shard Diffractor. I have mentioned this many times in my previous videos, and I will mention this again, because I think this is one of
every time I have to take out a loot bug.
I think this is one of the most important aspects of my gameplay. So my Shard Diffractor has all the area of effect mods equipped on it, because of which the Shard Diffractor is great at dealing damage to a single target, and it's also great at dealing damage. It's also great at crowd control, you know, which is extremely useful, and which makes Shard Diffractor an extremely powerful weapon, as I hope you will see through the course of this deep dive, because it not only makes the Shard Diffractor an infinite range powerful weapon, but it also you know what, hold that thought. There are a lot of bugs spawning right now, so need to focus on the combat. All right. Yeah, so as I was saying, it, apart from the Shard Diffractor being a really powerful single target weapon dealing high damage, it also becomes great at dealing crowd control damage, which honestly makes, oh, there we go, here comes a nemesis, which makes the Shard Diffractor really powerful. Alright, here we go, there's a nemesis coming up. That's more like it. Honestly, the nemesis is not really that much of a threat when dealing when dealing with it alone. It becomes a really big threat when you're dealing with it and a swarm is also attacking you at the same time. But right now, as you can see, I mean, it's just really slow, so you know it didn't even take that long to get rid of it. We're running out of ammo pretty fast though.
Where is that damn tin can?
Alright. Alright, so Nemesis done and dealt with. Another thing which you should keep in mind whenever you're playing DRG is to always always kill the loot bugs. I know it sounds cruel, but well, that's the way it is. We need all the nitra we can get, so always kill the loot bugs. You know what? I think we are gonna start going for some eggs now. I know I said that we were gonna do the dread first, but I mean the eggs are right in front of us, so yeah.
Swarm headed directly for you.
Alright, our first swarm. Just gonna get back to, you know what, I'm gonna get some ammo a bit later.
Reloading.
The reason why I'm not dipping into the ammo right now is because I want to efficiently use my shredders before I take a resupply pod. Sorry, a resupply, whatever it's called, like some ammo from the resupply. God damn it! Wow, that was a lot of acid splitters, and you saw like a little bit of how the shard diffractor is good at crowd control right now. Alright, let's. Right, my terror.
Reloading.
Man, another acid splitter. God, I hate splitters. They just like suck up your health so quickly. Splitters, by the way, are especially dangerous during escort missions, you know, because during the Omeron, however the hell it's pronounced, Hearthstone extraction, when suppose you're busy repairing Molly, sorry, not Molly, suppose you're busy repairing Doretta, at that time acid splitters have a bad habit of attacking you from above, which can really hurt you, because at that time your focus is on the drill dozer, you know, you're not looking above. So acid splitters can do a lot of damage during escort missions. Alright, there we go. We release some shredders and now it's time to take some ammo. Pretty smooth so far. Honestly, this stage has been easy. We're gonna go for the dread egg after this and see what we get. But yeah, pretty easy level so far. Not a lot to worry about for the time being. Very important to say for the time being, because you don't really know what Deep Rock is gonna throw at you later. Alright, here we go. It's time to fight the Dreadnought. Alright, a classic Dreadnought. So when you're playing solo, a classic Dreadnought is actually the easiest of the three, you know. Huge stress on when you're playing solo, because when you're playing with other players, the classic Dreadnought can actually prove to be challenging, because I've said this many times before and I'll say it again. The Dreadnought's ground pound attack, the time it takes to execute its ground pound attack is much longer during solo than when you're playing with friends. Oh man, I think I heard the Nayaka trawler spawning. So enemies spawning when you're trying to deal with a Dreadnought is not good. So you should always deal with those enemies first. Alright, here we go. So as you can see, I also have the armor piercing mod equipped on my shard diffractor, so I don't even have to point the shard diffractor at its butt. I can just point it anywhere and it takes damage. Alright, so far so good. So far it has been really easy. Alright, I don't know why it does this scare move in between, you know, that just like, I mean, it makes it so easy to attack this Dreadnought. The only thing which you should keep in mind when you're playing solo against the classic Dreadnought is to always evade very carefully its fire attack, these fireballs, you know, because these fireballs also, I think, have an area of effect damage associated with them. So it's always advisable to dodge them as efficiently as possible. Alright, that should do it. Alright, good stuff. I think we have done a good job so far. Really smooth. The only thing is that well, I'm not really sure if we can do this with just one resupply pod. I would like to do that because we've not found enough nitra till now.
I got the deposit.
Let's see. We're gonna try doing this whole level with just one resup. Let's see how we do. Alright, it's time to collect the second egg. I think there are 6 eggs, so there will be 2 swarms
Sometimes
in total.
mining is all there is to life.
2 swarms in total, that means we've already had 1 swarm, so there's just 1 more swarm to go. And then we'll be done with swarms at least, you know. Oppressors again are really simple to deal with when they're alone. Oppressors can get tricky when you have a black box event. You know, when you have either a black box event or an uplink event when you have to hold your ground, then you don't want something as huge as an oppressor coming inside that green circle which you have to defend. Alright, third egg. I'm actually quite surprised that we've not found any more nitra. Okay, is that nitra? No, that's gold. Alright, what the hell, you know, let's just withdraw some eggs.
Die, Brundlefly!
I love the dialogues.
This is thirsty.
Oops. The Trijaw. The Trijaw is one of the most dangerous opponents because it's honestly one of the sneakiest, and because it does have audio cues, but it's very quiet. You know, the audio cues are quite low. So especially if there are a lot of enemies, it becomes difficult spotting a Trijaw. And if a Trijaw attacks, it's also not the simplest thing in the world to dodge its attacks, you know, so that's what makes it quite tricky. Alright, Naya Controller, get rid of this guy. Alright, so 3 eggs so far. I really would have liked to find some more nitra, but we have 144, so alright, you know, I'll just I guess we'll make do.
I'm getting too old for this crap.
Wow, another oppressor and no other enemy. That's kind of weird. Alright, well, we don't really have that much ammo on our primary, but alright, what the hell. We at least have some of the reason why I'm being so careful with the ammo is because I always like finishing a deep dive mission with one resup, you know, so that so that you have a lot of nitra in. Whoa, that is a leech. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, you should always have heightened senses equipped. Heightened senses is a remarkable perk. Yes. So time to withdraw the last 2 eggs. I think we should be getting swarmed now. Alright, that. Alright, let's deploy some shredders. Shredders are also really useful when you want to like conserve ammo, because they have a sort of bleeding effect. As you can see, I don't even have to use my ammo right now. Those 3 bugs just got killed by the shredders. This level has been a bit too easy, honestly, for an elite deep dive. I mean, it's just been kind of non-eventful. Of course, we are gonna definitely get swarmed when we withdraw that last egg. You know what, I'm just gonna climb up just to see if there's some nitra on top, because I have a feeling that there is more nitra in this cave, which we have, which we've not extracted so far. Sandblasted corridors, 1-hit terrain. I just love the fact that sandblasted corridors are 1-hit terrain, you know. That's why sandblasted corridors is my favorite biome. Wow, no nitra, man. That's really kind of weird. There are some enemies spawning, by the way. Oh, shredders. Okay, that's not good. Yep, just gonna deploy some shredders against the shredders. And
where is it?
Just gonna withdraw this egg, and then I'm gonna head towards the recept to get the last ammo pack, so that we're ready for the swarm. Another thing which you should avoid doing on higher hazards,
Time to move on, team.
whenever you get a swarm at the end, you should always deal with the swarm first and then extract. Because extraction in the middle of a swarm can get really tricky. You know, it can make matters unnecessarily complicated. There we go. There's our friend Acid Splitter. Where are you, Acid Splitter, my friend? Yes, okay. Dealt with. Thank God. Alright, let's see what we got. Wow, a lot of acid splitters in this level, man. That's making me nervous, because as I said, acid splitters are also kind of sneaky. The only good thing is that they don't really have a lot of defense, so they go down really fast. Alright, bugs coming up. Bugs really trying to show up now. Getting kind of crowded. Alright, time to release the first batch of shredders.
The wave is petering out. Wipe out the rest and get on with it.
That's not good. We do not want to get trapped by the slasher, because the slasher does a huge amount of damage. I haven't got time to reload the sentry. Finally got time to reload the sentry. Please let this swarm end so that I can finish this deep dive without calling so I can finish the first stage of this deep dive without calling another resup. Oh, I also have the Slayer Stout bear buff, which is my second favorite bear buff. My favorite is the Rocky Mountain bear buff.
Reloading!
But yes, the Slayer Stout bear buff is also great. Alright, yeah, so we are just gonna extract now.
Drop pod on return vector. Nicely done.
I think the pod should be upstairs. Yes, we are getting a pod I'm glad we constructed some platforms over there, so now we can just
Retrieving the mule.
climb those platforms
Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
to the pods. I love this music, by the way. This extraction music is called March of the Brave, and it's one of my favorite. Okay, man, shit. Bad time for an oppressor to show up, honestly. I do not want any enemies showing up when I'm climbing. Oh man, there we go. There's shit. There are a lot of enemies. Oh, I forgot that we ran out of ammo
Thanks you for your good work. Drop pod
with our primary.
or without you.
Come on, just let me climb this.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Whew. That was kind of tense. That was a bit of a tense extraction. But alright, so we have crossed the first level now.
Team effort.
Relatively easy first level, I'll have to say. Let's see. Of course, the next stage is going to be HAZ 5. So I have a feeling HAZ 5 is going to be tough. I don't really know what it is, but please don't be a point extraction. I absolutely hate point extractions. Next stage is okay, lethal enemies, industrial sabotage with 2 alien eggs. Alright, well, I am a bit nervous about the lethal enemies like industrial sabotage. And this will be a good opportunity for me to share with you a lot of tips on how to deal with the Caretaker, you know. So I'm actually excited to show you some of the tactics I employ when fighting the Caretaker. So here we go. Stage 2 of the elite deep dive.
Get ready to rumble!
Attention miners. Complete your second stage deep dive objectives and we'll send in the drop pod to take you deeper. Get to it.
I don't know why a lot of people don't really like industrial sabotage. I for one love industrial sabotage. I think the Caretaker is one of the best bosses in Deep Rock, and he's very challenging, of course, without a doubt, and it's also really fun fighting him, you know. So I really like industrial sabotage. And another reason why I like sabotage is that there is just a buttload of nitra available. You know, there's a lot of nitra available, which is good news for this level and the last level, because now I know for a fact that going into the next level we are gonna have a lot of nitra. We already have around 150.
I need the mule right here, right now.
And it's gonna rise. The only thing which I'm worried about, of course, is the lethal enemies warning. The lethal enemies warning obviously is a tough warning. It makes things complicated. The reason why I'm not calling a resup right now is because I want to call a resup at a place which is easily accessible, you know, so that we don't have to go back a long way to access the resupply. Okay, there's some sniper turrets. Just gonna get rid of that.
Snipe, yes.
Something interesting to note, though.
Sentry armed.
Something really interesting to note is that
Destroy.
the lethal enemies warning only applies to melee damage. It does not apply to projectiles. So lethal enemies does not increase the damage of Mactera, and lethal enemies will also not increase the damage of the sniper turrets, you know, but lethal enemies will increase the damage of the shredders and of the Caretaker's appendages, which is not good on HAZ 5. Alright, you know what, so we are gonna call for a resup right here.
The data vault is protected by a force field that must be shut down before we can gain access. You need to find the power stations powering it and disable them.
I hope there are no more sniper turrets
Your own fault for being
sneaking.
supplies here. Getting supplies.
Alright, so we also have to, oh wait, whoa, sniper turret. This is another reason why I love the shard diffractor. As you can see, the shard diffractor has infinite range, so no matter how far away the target is,
Sniper turret disabled.
you can just take them out, you know. So sniper turrets become a relatively easier enemy when you have the diffractor. I will always recommend the diffractor. It is such a powerful weapon, you know. It's so goddamn powerful. Okay, there's some enemies spawning. There we go. Wow, that honestly sounds like a lot of enemies. So as you saw the shard diffractor, you just saw the shard diffractor taking care of a relatively large crowd quite efficiently. Alright, so there is an I'm just searching. I'm just gonna like do a quick search of this area for some nitra and just check out the general area where we're gonna fight the caretaker. Wow, that's a huge vein of nitra. I think that should be like around 80 nitra.
My grandpa told me they used real mules back in the day, keeping up the tradition.
I still remember the backlash the developers faced when we got double sabotage in the Elite Deep Dive, and I honestly felt that the backlash was uncalled for because A, I really like industrial sabotage, and B, yes, industrial sabotage is time consuming, but if you don't expect an Elite Deep Dive to be time consuming and tough, well then you should not be doing an Elite Deep Dive in the first place, you know, because an Elite Deep Dive is going to be tough.
And I'm not so proud about it.
Of course, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. A lot of my friends really did not like the double industrial sabotage Elite Deep Dive that we got a while back. So we can agree to disagree. Come on, trawler, die. Yes,
You
thank
can all
you.
relax, you sissies.
I took out the trawler.
Die!
Alright, so I think that's the whole caretaker area explode. We're just gonna take some more ammo. And yep, we're gonna head towards the first power station and the first egg now. 300 nitra, that's always good to see. I hope it rises even further. Okay, some enemies coming and that sounds like a lot of enemies. Always pay attention to the audio cues, guys. Always pay attention to the audio cues in DRG, you know.
Armed and ready.
The shredders are also so good, man. They automatically like hunt out enemies and, you know, like slowly bleed away their health. Best grenades, in my opinion, in DRG. Alright, so I think I'm just gonna tell. Oh wait, there's some nitra.
Help me with the minerals here.
Yeah, just gonna call down the hacking pod and extract that egg.
Roger that. Hacking pod is launched and on its way.
Alright.
The hacking pod has landed. Hook it up to the power station so the hacking can begin.
Right, Bosco, please withdraw that egg. Right. Alright. Now we've got to hack this fast.
I'll hack you with my pickaxe next.
Shit, man. I got nervous because there was some. Oh, that's a lot of Mactera, man.
Boom, baby! Follow me, Bosco.
Can we still? Oh no, it's gone. Oh wait, we can hack it. Come on, come on, come on.
I blame my stumpy finger. Axie's not the only one who knows his way around a positronic matrix.
That's nice. Always. Oh, there's a storm coming. By the way, you can figure out when a storm is coming because as you can see, this dark area turns a bit hazy. So that is the cue that there's going to be a storm soon.
Let's stay close. I called for Molly. Reloading.
Alright, so there was no swarm when we withdrew the first egg, which means that there's definitely gonna be a swarm when we withdraw the second egg. I'm just gonna let this storm pass and then we're gonna focus on the hacking bot. Pretty good location for the hacking bot to land. This should be an easy area to defend. Of course, it's another matter that the lethal enemies warning is just gonna make defending an area that much tougher. But let's see how we do. When when there are lethal enemies around, it becomes all the more important to not get hit by them, because on Has 5 lethal enemies do, wow, like their damage is insane. Alright, so there we go.
Connection established. Activate the hacking drone when you're ready.
I was thinking of taking, oh wait, that is a warden.
One sentry gun ready to be built. Armed! Glyphid Warden is history! Die, you double-jointed freaks! Die! Shredder swarm deployed!
What the hell is Bosco doing, man? Bosco kind of glitched there for a little bit. Bosco, come on, come back to life. Yes, thank you. There's some more nitro. Gonna tell Bosco to mine that. And of course the loot bug.
One platform ready to use.
The reason why I'm going a bit crazy on the Nitra right now, it's always good to go a bit crazy on the Nitra, because when you're playing on Has 5.5, then you can just go nuts calling as many resupply pods as possible, you know, which is exactly the way you want to fight in a Has 5.5 mission, because you want to be well equipped, you want to have as much ammo as possible when fighting in Has 5.5, so you can use all your weapons to their maximum potential. Alright, you know what, we are just gonna take another ammo pack and then we're gonna start this fight. Alright fellas, here we go. The first power station is coming online now.
The hackbot is up and running!
Hacking has commenced. Protect the hacking drone.
Oh man, that is a debt that complicates things. Where? Oh wait, there he is. Shit, that's also a warden. Damn.
Hacking drone secure.
So we're just gonna use up a lot of ammo right now because we have to deal with a detonator.
Who's gonna protect you now, we Grotto?
Come on, die fast. There we go.
The drone can't hack as long as there's bugs speeding it up. Do something.
Alright then.
We gotta restart Hacksync! Hackbot, get out of hiding! Get back to smashing that keyboard! Access provided.
Hacking drone resuming hack.
This area just got kind of tough to defend because of the detonator. We're gonna have to do something about that big hole after this fight, which has just become a bit complicated.
The hacking has stopped. Get on it, team.
Because now we can't really fight that close to the hacking drone because of this huge hole, you know.
Hack commencing.
Okay, there's an oppressor. But you know what, overall things I would say have been quite smooth so far. Yes, the detonator did complicate stuff, but I think we managed to deal with it quite smoothly.
The first power station has been hacked. Just one to go.
Alright, so far so good.
Reloading!
Alright, so I want this area to be kind of flat when fighting the Caretaker, because of which I'm just gonna construct some platforms and just flatten, just level out this whole area. It's gonna be really useful when we fight the Caretaker. That's the reason why we're doing this.
One platform, ready to use.
So just bear with me for like a minute or two.
Access provided. Platform!
Alright, as good as new. We've like got some flat ground again for us now. Yeah, just this part is
I
missing.
made a platform.
Alright, Molly, come on,
Molly,
come here so that I can
come
construct
here.
some more platforms.
Platform up.
The reason why I did that is
Down
going
it
to be pretty evident when we fight the Caretaker.
Reloading!
Because when you're moving around, you don't want to suddenly fall into a huge hole when you're fighting the Caretaker, you know. Alright, where is the second egg, man? It's the second egg. Yeah, the second egg is where the second hacking pod is. So we're just gonna take some more ammo. I hope we not miss some more nitra, but I don't think we have. Let's just go. Let's just get. Oh wow, there's another storm coming.
Grabbing ammo.
Oh man, how many storms are we gonna have to deal with?
I popped a loot bug. Let's get the minerals.
The sentry is firing at something, which means that some enemies have spawned, and some enemies have spawned at a really bad time, because you do not want enemies spawning when there is a storm. Especially you do not want slashers storming when you're dealing with a storm at the same time. So that is more like the Has 5 DRG Has 5 that I know, throwing you complications right when you need it the least. Thank you, DRG. Alright, yes, the second power station and the egg now.
Platform place. Platform.
Alright. Okay, that's not good. There's like a wind thing. Whoa, that's not good. Whoa. That is a pretty tricky location for some wind over there, you know. That made things kind of complicated, but thank God we avoided that. Alright, I'm pretty sure there's some sniper. Yep, sniper turrets.
Accurate, but dead.
Man, I really do. I'm really scared of sniper turrets.
Platform.
Because of course their range, and even when you have the diffractor, it's kind of tricky dealing with them,
Bam.
because their range and damage at the same time is just so incredible, you know.
Busted a burst turret.
Wow, a lot of turrets here. And we have some enemies spawning at the same time.
Sentry off.
Whenever you hear like some grunt noises on Has 5, just be prepared for a lot of, and as you can just be prepared for a lot of enemies. And the second thing I'd like to say is, you just witness the amazing crowd control ability of the shard diffractor. As you can see, that was just a lot of enemies, but with the shard diffractor, it was no problem at all, because of the area of effect mods equipped on the shard diffractor, which increase its crowd control capabilities. Just gonna explore this area a little bit.
Not ready. Flares recharging.
Huh. I thought there would be some Nitra here, but alright. I'm not really complaining. I can't really complain about the Nitra when we have around 400 Nitra already with us. So, yeah. I'm now deciding what would be a good place to fight a swarm. Because when we withdraw that egg, we are getting swarmed for sure. When there are 2 eggs, you're gonna get swarmed at least once.
Whack-a-mole!
And speaking of Nitra,
I die a little inside every time I have to take out a loot bug.
it's time yet again for the Nitra madness,
Time, old lady. I've got all day.
for the Nitra obsession to take hold.
No more room. Time for deposit.
I would love to go into level 3 with around 400 Nitra still remaining, you know.
Deposit time.
Wow, I think that's some more enemies showing up, man. Yep, that's more enemies. Wow, oh my god, that's a lot of enemies.
Rock and roll.
Yep, time to deploy some shredders. Yep, the count control capabilities of the shard diffractor in action again. I goddamn love the shard diffractor. It's so easy dealing with these scary swarms when you have a weapon which has crowd control capabilities, you know.
Bravo! Power station located. I need a hacking pod.
Roger that. Sending in another hacking pod.
Is that more yep, that is more Nitra that we spot.
Booyah! Molly!
More Nitra, yes, thank you.
Hacking pod has arrived. Get it connected to the power station.
Patrol bot pacified.
That's pretty good.
Hack it now.
This is the second patrol bot that we've got the opportunity to hack into, you know.
I'm Hacker Man. Depositing mineral.
All right,
Control if you're offline, you piece of junk. Ah,
another friendly hack bot. That's pretty good.
go! Guys, did you see? I hacked it.
All right, 541 Nitra. That's what I like to see. All right, so I'm just gonna call a resup here.
Resupply ordered.
And I'm gonna set this up. I'm gonna withdraw the egg before I activate this hacking portal, but I'm just gonna do the setup right now.
Grab it. Resupply pod is here. Everybody collect ammunition.
Here we go.
Bosco, come here.
Alright, we're done.
We have connection. Hacking pod online. Stop the hacking when you are ready.
Where should we fight the swarm? You know what? I think I'm just gonna fight the swarm over here. I'm gonna redeploy the sentry over here
Sentry gun needs assembling.
so that the sentry covers the whole area. I'm gonna tell Bosco to mine this,
Mine it.
and we're gonna take some ammo.
Shredders out. Feeling much better now.
Alright, it's swarm time. Whoa, there are some enemies, man.
Time to get busy, miners. Swarm detected.
Not a good time for enemies to show up. Seriously.
Shred and destroy.
Swarm! Repeat, swarm!
Warden down. Now kill the rest of them.
Okay. Now things are getting really tense because the number of enemies are increasing. Obviously because we have a swarm coming up now to attack us. Alright. What else you got? The good thing is that we have 2 hack bots. So any Mactera attacking us, they first prioritize attacking the hack bots. which is really useful because then you can just take out the MKII when they're not attacking you.
What's this? Reloading. The smell. It lingers. Got him. Nayakatrolla down.
The last of the wave is approaching you now. Keep it together.
That was a slightly tough swarm, honestly. Even with the 2 Hagbots, enemies were just coming in from like all directions, you know.
You want some more?
Alright. Alright, friendly Hagbots for the win. Time to activate the hacking drone now.
Time to shred.
Where should we place? I think we're just going to place it here.
One sentry gun ready to be built.
The sentry gun, and
Go get him, boy. Hacking drone.
here we go. The second power station.
The hack has begun. Protect the pod while it does its magic.
This area could get slightly complicated to defend if enemies start coming from here, you know, because this is an elevated slope. So there is a bit of a blind spot if we get here. So we're just going to stay here right next to the sentry and see where the enemies come from first. If they come up in the first place. I don't know why no enemies are spawning right now. That's kind of scary. That makes me think that a lot of enemies are going to spawn later on. There we go.
We need some pest control on the hacking drone.
Reloading. Shredder drone down. Zach. Go.
Right, so far so good.
Let's show them some pain.
That is the sound of a MKII attacking our friendly bot. So, yep, there we go. Wow, that's I think there are a lot of MKII in over here or something. Almost done though, almost done.
Excellent. The second power station has been hacked. Get back to the vault and disable the emergency power to take down the force field fully. We're almost there, team.
Where is that MKII, man? I'm sure there's some. Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, just gonna
Skull Crusher.
kill this loot bug before we go back, and now it's time to fight the Caretaker. So I'm really excited that we are gonna be fighting the Caretaker while I comment, because I have a lot of things to say
Force my minions.
about fighting the Caretaker. Before that, where is that egg? Yes, so it's time to just. We forgot to deposit that egg, so let's do that first.
Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Objective completed. The egg quota has been met, and management will be pleased. Well done.
Alright, let's just confirm that. Yep, this. Whoa, no, this is not the right way. Yeah, we have to go this way.
Who's a mean, lean, killing machine now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this ammo because it doesn't make any sense like leaving this. Oh, there's another storm coming. God damn, I hate storms.
Platforms, please.
Is this the way out?
Keep your mouth closed.
Yes, it is.
I made a platform.
I really hope some enemies do not spawn right now, because if some enemies spawn when we're in such a tight space with a storm coming, wow, that was, I forgot about that wind hole thingy that was there.
Platform up.
And some enemies have spawned.
Ready to be built.
Speak of the devil.
Ready.
Shit, this is not good. They're getting a bit too close.
This is so sticky.
Phew. Avoided that bullet. Sorry, dodged that bullet.
Never felt better.
Alright, so now, the first thing when you're fighting the Caretaker is you have to decide where to fight. Now, personally, I like fighting on a flat surface like this, but we're gonna try to avoid fighting over here because these platforms could break, you know. So ideally you want to choose a space which is flat, and yeah, I really don't think we have much option. I think we'll have to fight near that space. So we're not gonna fight on those platforms, we're just gonna fight nearby. We're gonna fight, we're gonna deploy our sentries. We're gonna deploy the sentry over here.
One sentry gun ready to be built.
Right, and
Donkey, come here.
yeah, a resup here would be nice.
Order to resupply.
And
Positioned. Launching
yes, alright, I think we're ready. So the first tactic which you should use when fighting the Caretaker is that you should always melee attack.
Resupply arrived. Go restock.
You should always melee attack one of the appendages coming out first. That instantly takes down one of the appendages, and then deal with the appendage which is closest to you. Because when you destroy the Caretakers, at least two of the Caretaker's appendages which are close to you,
Removing battery from the force field projector.
then damaging the Caretaker's generators becomes really simple. I hope I can show you that right now.
Great job, team. You brought the force field down and enraged the Caretaker.
Here we
Deal
go,
with that
guys.
thing post-haste.
We're gonna melee this appendage. We're gonna melee power attack the appendage that comes out of there.
Deep Rock seriously need to invest in some better equipment.
Here we go.
Bam!
Melee attack, bam, and as you can see, the appendage instantly went down. And the reason why you should always take care of the appendages first is because
Past your expiration date.
the appendages are the primary enemies attacking you. You know, so if you take care of them first, then you take care of most of the enemies attacking you, and in fact you take care of all the enemies attacking you during the first phase of the Caretaker. You know, of course, during the second phase the Caretaker may employ sniper turrets or phase bombs or shedders, you know, so there's that, but the appendages are always your biggest problems when fighting the Caretaker. So always get rid of the appendages first. What the hell just happened right now? What did we get hit by? Alright, there we go.
Shoot it.
And the appendage, there we go, melee attack the appendage. As you can see, it went down instantly again. And always get rid of the patrol bots also. Whoa. We are at really low health right now, so I think that we are gonna
The time is up.
just get some health and ammo, much needed health and ammo first, and then resume attacking. What the hell? Oh wow. Alright, this is neat. And as you can see, the Slayer Stout Bear buff, is really useful right now because you can just melee attack as many times as you want right now. Please don't be sniper turrets. Please don't be sniper. Oh, there we go. There are sniper turrets. Sniper turrets are absolutely horrible, so
Caretakers launching turrets! Shoot the open vent!
take care of the sniper turrets as soon as you can.
Not so accurate now, are you?
And always, I know that it gets tricky because with the Caretaker there are a lot of enemies attacking you at the same time. So when there are a lot of enemies attacking you at the same time, move side to side. Always keep moving, guys. When fighting the Caretaker, always keep moving. That is the best way to dodge its attacks. By the way, my oh shit, I forgot to reload the sentry. So yes, when fighting the Caretaker, and if there are a lot of things attacking you, always keep moving sideways. That is the best way to avoid any incoming attacks. And as you can see, once we've got rid of the appendages, it becomes really easy to take down the Caretaker's shields. Oh man, and some more sniper. Wow, it's releasing sniper turrets actually really fast. But we have the shot Diffractor,
Sniper turret destroyed!
so no problemo. Gonna release some shadows. I just feel safer with the shadows around.
Focus fire on the Caretaker's eye!
Another melee attack coming up.
Pick-ass!
And alright, this time we have to travel a bit. No problem to get rid of this guy. This guy also deals a lot of damage, because while you're distracted in trying to get the Caretaker's eye, the patrol bot can deal a lot of damage then, you know. What the hell is this, man? I mean, I know these things happen, and the appendages do pop up at different places from time to time, but I'm actually pretty surprised at the speed at which the Caretaker is just releasing so many turrets. And like, phase bombs are honestly not that tough to deal with. You know, phase bombs just keep moving around, and yeah, you should be fine.
Fire on the Caretaker's glowing bits!
Alright, another power attack coming up. Yep, there we go. There goes down one appendage. Time to take care of the other appendage in front of us so that we can take down its shields after this. And there we go. Threat resolved. We can just focus on the Caretaker's shields now. Right, phase bombs, keep moving around.
Reloading!
So far so good. The Caretaker should be releasing some sniper turrets right about now, so just gonna be prepared for that.
Shoot the Caretaker's big glowing eye!
Alright. These rocks are really useful because you can use them as cover right now
Damn robot!
while you just deal with this guy. I think it should be manageable now. I think unless we do something whoa, that is why the that was the lethal enemy's warning, by the way. That's why we got hit so hard. That's why lethal enemy's warning always makes things really complicated, because if you get hit once, you know, that's it. Like, you know, it just takes away a lot of health. Lucky for us though, we we have a lot of nitra available with us, so we can just like take some ammo when we are low on health. And that's it. That's the caretaker done.
That is that. Now let's get the thing.
Yippee! Yes, there we go. So there were some tough moments definitely in this second level, but overall I'd say
If this data had left the planet, Oxus would be swarming in
pretty okay so far.
Objective completed. The data rack is secured, and you've
Time to
ended up
extract.
prospecting in this area. Damn fine work. All objectives done. Press the button on the mule when you're ready, and we'll send the drop pod back in.
Much better.
Alright, I think the
Stage
extraction
completed.
should be
Proceed
simple.
to the extraction zone.
Yep, I think the pod's coming at spawn, so let's head there.
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Pod isn't waiting forever. Access provided. Eat that!
So far so good. I do not want to get hit by any enemies right now.
Move it!
The lethal enemies warning of course was very scary. That was something that, I mean, when we got hit by those appendages, it just did a lot of damage because the lethal enemies warning. So that was, I think, the only complicated part of this stage so far.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Oh man. Alright.
The mule has been successfully retrieved.
Alright then. Stage 2 done.
Well done. Coordinates for the next LC.
So
coming in.
we've
Hang
got
tight.
warnings for in both the first two stages. So I'm kind of hoping that we don't get any warning in this third. Of course, it is possible that we get warnings in all the 3 stages. Alright, 3 mules, 2 alienites without any warnings. That is really important when going into HAZ 5.5. I'm really relieved that there are no warnings in 5.5. Alright, stage 3, here we go.
If we survive, next round is on me.
Minus, you've done very well so far.
Right.
Judging from these readings, I have my doubts you'll make it through stage 3, but we'll see. You've surprised me before. Eyes on your objectives. Let's get it done.
Alright, so something which is really good is that we already have 400 nitra, and we are definitely gonna get 150 nitra, around 150 nitra more, because of the fact that whenever you repair a mule, you get around 40 to 50 nitra. You know, so if you repair 3 mules, you get 150 nitra.
Help me mine this.
So I'm just gonna stop collecting nitra because we already have 400 nitra, and by the end of this we're gonna get 150 nitra more. So yes, that is definitely all the
Swarm
nitra
detected. Lock up and
we are
get
ever
ready.
gonna need. Alright, swarm right now, that's not that bad because I kind of
Please.
prefer dealing with the swarm before we go into the main cave.
Ah, gobble snarks. Think I dropped me bloody keys in.
Because whenever you go into the main cave during a salvage mule operation, it always has a lot of bugs. Alright, here we go.
Go lie down forever. Shredder swarm deployed.
Some people like getting rid of these rocks, and I can understand why. They hinder your aim, But the reason why I kind of like fighting with some of these rocks around is that they provide you cover. Lot of bugs. Shit, that's a lot of bugs.
That's all you got, just slippery shit.
Whew, that was a lot of bugs.
Reload it.
So once this swarm gets over, I'll be really relieved because this swarm is the only swarm which we're going to be facing this level, you know. Because the second egg is not going to... Whoa, that's a try. And there we go. I just used one of those rocks as cover. That's why I like having these rocks. Time to get rid of this guy. Alright.
Reloading.
Alright, great. So a big hurdle out of the way. The only swarm which we are going to face in this level has been dealt with. Alright, so we're going to head into the main cave now. I can already hear one of those mules beeping. Right, I am gonna call for a resup here.
Roger that. Supplies are coming.
Go get him, boy.
Oh man, there is a nanosite breeder somewhere. We need to get rid of that breeder. Nanosite breeder, sorry. Where? Okay, I'm just gonna deal with the infect spitballer first. Yeah, where the hell is this breeder? Okay, there we go.
I need support.
And there's a warden. And another spider. As you can see, the main cave in a salvage operation has a lot of enemies. So that is where the main game lies. You know, like the main cave. That's the reason why we don't have any swarms, because the main cave itself has so many enemies that you don't really need swarms to make it a difficult level. You know. Fortunately for us, we have 400 nitras, so we can right now call as many resupply pods as possible, and we don't even have to collect any nitra right now. Oh, there is another spitballer, man. What the hell is that all about? There's another spitballer. I don't even know where the spitballer is firing from, so that's kind of scary. We're gonna try to locate the spitballer right now. Okay, there we go. There it is.
Eliminated.
Right. Alright, so far so good. Yep, just gonna start repairing the first mule now. By the way, if you don't scan for the mule legs, the number of enemies which you face will definitely be lower. So if you can find the legs without scanning the mule for them, you should always do that. And you can find the legs you easily, because you will see that there's always some light around the legs. You know, so if you see this kind of light around somewhere, that usually means that there's a mini mule leg over there. So you can just go and pick them up. You know, there should be some enemies spawning now. Repairing a mule usually spawns enemies. So, yep.
Well done. The mule is working.
Right,
again.
there we go. Gonna get rid of that goo bomber. That goo bomber didn't even move, man. What the hell?
Reloading.
Alright, and now we're gonna slowly just move on. I'm leaving the loot bugs because we have all the nitra we could ever need. So
Warden down. Now kill the rest of them.
I'm being nice to the loot bugs for a change.
Pesticide coming up.
A bunch of grunts is no problem for the Diffractor. Alright, so 1 egg and 2 mules and we can start working on exiting. Man, a storm's coming. So now that I know a storm is coming, I'm just gonna stick close to the sentry and hope no enemies spawn.
Reloading.
I think with the mission types in this Elite Deep Dive so far, I think Engineer would be the best choice. Because I think NG is the best at dealing with industrial sabotage and also salvage operations. Because in salvage operations you have to hold your ground, and NG is the kind of class which excels at fighting at one location. You know, like you can deploy your sentries at one location and then just fight at that location. So that's what makes
ready to be built.
that's what makes the engineer. Okay, wait. That's some. Those are some enemies spawning for sure. But I don't know where the hell they're coming from. I'm gonna deploy some shredders now. Oh yeah, that's a lot of enemies. So as I said, whenever you hear like some grunts spawning in has 5 or has 5.5, you should always assume that there are a lot of enemies heading your way, because there will be a lot of enemies heading your way without a doubt, you know.
Some more crates.
Yep, I know that there's nitra over there, but I'm not even gonna bother with the nitra because we have all the nitra in the world. Man, there's another warden. Shit, and there's some more enemies. Whoa, that's a leech. Got rid of that.
You greasy meatball.
Heightened senses perk for the win. Where are the god? Oh, there. It's on top of us. I was trying to find the third mule, but I think I'm just gonna like repair the mule which we can see right now, and then I think we'll find the third one after that. Huh.
Platform.
I think we should reload our sentry.
Reloading.
Where is that? That's definitely a warden, but I don't know where. Okay, wait. Yep, there it is.
Glyphid Warden is history. These bugs don't stand a chance against us.
Wardens really scare me because they remind. Wardens remind me of the buff totems in Doom Eternal. You know. Hell, we should not have fallen. If that was a steep fall, that would have cost us a lot of health. Yep, some more enemies spawning. Wow, there are a lot of enemies spawning in this level. There are a lot of wardens also spawning.
Who's gonna protect you now, we crawlies? Come and get some!
I'm kind of taken aback by the rate at which the enemies are spawning, because they're spawning literally like every minute, you know, so... Alright,
One sensor gun ready to be built.
mule repairing time. Again, same tactic, we're gonna go for the legs without scanning the mules for the legs, so that lesser enemies spawn. I could really use lesser enemies spawning right now, man. There's just a lot of enemies spawning right now. Speaking of enemies spawning, right, let's get rid of that warden.
Warden down! Now kill the rest of them!
More enemies. God damn it. What is this, man?
Be gone!
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna tell Bosco to mine one of these. Like, I'm trying to try not to fall
Go fetch!
while we wait up here, because it's really a long way down and I don't want to make that climb all over again. So I'm just gonna wait over here for a bit and have Bosco bring us the last leg. Enemies should be spawning now.
Mule powering up. Good work.
Alright, where is that last mule, man? I hear it, but I honestly have no clue where the hell that last mule is. Oh, there it is.
One sentry gun ready to be built.
So, because we have a lot of nitra, we're just gonna call a resup over here. Yep, just like that.
Stand back. Supply
Because
inbound.
we have a lot of
Grab
nitra.
it!
And we're just gonna tell Bosco to mine, to get all the legs for us.
Molly, over here! Resupply arrived, go restock! Getting supplies!
Things would get complicated if a detonator showed up right now, you know? Because this is a pretty comfortable place we have. We would have to leave this comfortable place if a detonator showed up right now.
Stay by my side, Bosco!
I had a mission yesterday in which 4 detonators showed up, so needless to say,
Bosco, mine it!
I used up a lot of ammo in that mission. 4 detonators, I kid you not. I mean, what the hell was that, Almas? Alright, some enemies spawning.
You're a stain on the floor!
Alright, I hear, yep.
The smell, it lingers.
So far so good. I think we have played quite alright so far.
Well done. Mule repaired.
Reloading!
Objective completed. All mini mules are back on their feet. Well done.
Right. I'm just gonna have to pause the game just for a little bit, guys. Just give me like a minute. I'm really sorry. My apologies for that. I'm back. I would probably have to pause it for just like 30 seconds after this again. I really apologize for that. But, you know, I mean, sometimes when somebody knocks on your door, you really have no option. Alright, so all the mules are done. And just the egg is left.
Access provided.
So let's figure out where that last egg is. Alright, it's quite close by. Yep, gonna tell Bosco to mind that. This is a pretty good area for a fight, so we're gonna stick to this area.
Sentry gun needs assembling.
Alright.
I called for Molly.
Wow, like a warden has spawned almost all the time in this level. You know. Oh my god, there's a storm coming. So I want to get rid of all the enemies ideally before the storm starts, you know. Especially this goddamn warden.
Down.
Right, time to deposit this last egg.
All eggs collected. Objective completed.
And there's a detonator. Speak of the devil, you know. I'm really glad the storm is over because I need to figure out where. Okay, there we go. There's the detonator. Should be pretty straightforward dealing with him. All right then. Okay, so we are done. And yep, it's time to start the uplink now. The uplink has this like wall next to it which could make things complicated when we're fighting. But alright.
Got him! Now you controller down!
I'll take what I get.
I ordered a resupply!
The mules are heading back. Follow them and let's
I'm gonna
get
place
that
the
drop
sentry
pod
over
fixed.
here.
Remember, you can always deposit on the side of the drop pod.
Alright guys, before the final fight, I'm just gonna pause the game. I'm gonna pause the game just for 1 more minute. Please excuse me. My apologies, we're back.
All mules secured. Now to get the pod working. First, establishing a proper connection between the pod and the space rig.
Right.
Set up the uplink.
I'm taking some of the ammo.
So let's start the uplink. I'm kind of scared about this wall because the grunts could sneak up on us using that wall, but we are gonna go all out with the ammo. We're gonna use as much ammo as possible during the 2 black box events right now.
Uplink ready. Triangulation initiated. Do not
Because
leave
we
the
still have
zone or we will lose the connection.
we still have 300 nitra, and there we go. Speak of the devil. These guys start crawling over this wall, man. Not good. I hate the warden. The warden is the reason why we use so much ammo right now to get rid of these guys. But no issues, no issues. So far so good. Let's take some more ammo.
Grabbing ammo.
As you can see, we're being pretty liberal with our ammo usage right now because we have so much nitra available.
75%, almost there.
So I've just decided to unleash my Diffractor right now. You know, because I know the Diffractor ammo gets over really quickly, but who cares about the Diffractor ammo getting over quickly when you have 323 Nitra? A lot of slashers also in this level. A lot of slashers combined with wardens, you know, it makes for some really high damage.
Reloading! And stay down, stinky!
Alright, so the fuel cells.
Fuel cells have arrived. Get them connected to the drop pod.
So the fuel cells have honestly landed at a pretty convenient place. They're a pretty good place.
Fuel cells connected.
We don't
just need to prep the fuel cells and the charge sequence will begin.
We don't even need to call another resup. Actually, you know what? I think we do, because this ammo pack is a bit far away from us. So I'm just gonna call another resup over here, just in case we need it.
Supplies are on the way.
Ammo taken.
Just in case we need like a huge amount of ammo, just in case we get attacked by a detonator, or God forbid 2 detonators. You know, so always good to have extra ammo at hand.
Fuel cells charging.
Alright,
Stay close to keep them
here
operational.
we go, home stretch guys. This is it, this is the last part of this elite deep dive. And we have our favorite music also playing, March of the Brave. Playing at exactly the right time. Man, I love this music.
Red and destroy!
Fuel cells at 50%.
Always, when you're holding ground, it's always good to get rid of enemies as far away from the circle as possible. You know, you don't want enemies stepping, you want to minimize the number of enemies stepping inside the circle. That is the tactic, that's the strategy which you should use during black box events.
Fuel cells at 75%. You're almost there.
Alright, just a little bit more.
Let's clear them out! Flares are recharging!
Cells fully charged. Drop pod engine powering up. Hold your ground. We're almost ready to pull you and the goods
Alright,
out.
it kind of got tricky towards the end, but we managed it, so that's good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pod reaccess.
Another warden. Yippee. Man, so many wardens.
Ha! Who's gonna protect you now, we crawlies?
Come and get some.
Onboard mainframe booting.
Reloading.
Calculating orbital trajectory.
Just 45 seconds more and we are done with this elite deep dive.
Reloading.
Powering radiation shielding.
Right, almost done.
Recon operational.
I hope you guys had fun during this elite deep dive, guys. I hope I was able to share with you efficiently all the tactics I use when dealing with enemies like the Caretaker.
Thrusters calibrated.
I hope you had a lot of fun, because I had a lot of fun returning to commentary after such a long time. Thank you for joining me on this Elite Deep Dive. Alright, Rock and Stone Miners Stage 3 done. Let's see how we did.
Rock and Stone!
$983 bugs killed, never down. Thank you for joining me on this Elite Deep Dive. I hope to see you next time.